Constitutional revision, an unsolved task for more than a decade, with some administrations of the past promising to deliver but failing in the end. This time it may be different, with clear set goals and a timeline. But not all support the change. For our news features tonight, Jung-hee sheds light on the history of the Constitution and the ongoing revision discussions.
First enacted in 1948, Korea's constitution has been revised 9 times over the past 7 decades. Some revisions were made by political leaders wanting to extend their tenure, and others from the public's resistance movements. In 1972, Korea's former President Park Chung-hee changed the constitution to allow indirect presidential elections, and in 1980, the constitution was revised to adopt a 7-year single-term presidency under then-President Chun Doo-hwan. But through June Democratic Movement in 1987, dictatorship came to an end in Korea, and the constitution was once again revised to allow direct presidential elections in a 5-year single-term presidency. The 1987 constitution is regarded as a fruit of Korean people's political activism and the basis for democracy. But 30 years have passed with no changes to it at all. The need for constitutional revision has been highlighted by the political scandal surrounding ex-President Park Chung-hee last year, and all 5 major candidates of this year's presidential election, including the current President Moon Jae-in, pledged to amend the constitution.
There's been plenty of debate within the National Assembly as well. Early this year, a special committee on constitutional reform was formed, with dozens of lawmakers discussing various issues, ranging from reorganizing power structures to civil rights.
The most hotly debated is the presidential system.
자기가 안 될지도 모르니까.
For the 1987 presidential election, the political leaders wanted to leave some possibility open for them to rerun in the near future if they fail. So they chose a 5-year single-term presidency over a 4-year 2-term one. Now, people think that system grants excessive authority to the president.
Other systems being suggested include a 4-year 2-term presidency, a semi-presidential system, and a parliamentary government. Many see the semi-presidential system, where the president is in charge of foreign affairs and the prime minister handles domestic affairs, as a plausible middle ground. Decentralization of power is another issue.
내년도 개헌할 때 헌법의 지방 분권을 강화하는 그런 조항과 함께 제2국민회의를 신설할 수 있는 그런 헌법적인 근거를 마련하려고 합니다.
Local governments in Korea need to go through the central government when resolving issues, which overloads the central government. Experts say local governments need to be given the authority to come up with policies most appropriate for themselves and allocate finances to achieve innovation.
The issues we face now, like unemployment, an aging society, and the fourth industrial revolution, don't have one clear answer. So rather than the government leading with one policy, it's better to have as many experiments held in different regions.
The National Assembly's special committee aims to have a joint proposal ready by February 2018 so that a referendum can be held next June along with the local elections.
Quite a few presidents pledged constitutional revision when they were candidates, but when they took office, they opposed it, saying that it may hinder executing other policies. Later in their term, they'd bring up constitutional revision, which many saw as a politically motivated move and wouldn't cooperate with it. But this time, the consensus on the need for constitutional revision is deeper than ever. I think it will be successful.
To reflect public opinion as much as possible, the Parliament is receiving citizens' views through its website. It also plans to hold public hearings, large-scale roundtable discussions, and opinion polls.
There should be various opinions from the civil society on fairness and objectivity of the new constitution, so civil groups will have to lead the discussions among the public, teaching them how our constitution is formed and why revising it is necessary.
It's an amendment that's been 3 decades coming after Korea's fast-paced development. The 10th revision would need to reflect changes in people's lives and perception to stand as the basis for a more fair and transparent society. Jung-hee, Arirang News.